up around the country to some of the cuts being made by the White House. This was a town hall for Congressman Rich McCormick, a Republican in a district he won by 30 points. Listen to this.
When you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected.
It's just a sample. There were all kinds of boos at this town hall over some of the cuts being made by the Trump administration and some of their priorities. With us now is CNN senior data reporter Harriet. And Harry, great to see you. It's always interesting when some of the reaction out there matches what we're seeing on here.
Yeah, this is an example where the polls seem to match what's going on in the public. And all I can say, Mr. Berman, is the people are mad. They are angry. They are rising up. Take a look here. Top worst things that Trump has done. This is among the folks who oppose Trump actions in office so far. You might have thought going into the election or afterwards it'd be immigration policy, but that comes in at just 10%. Check out on this side of the screen, though. I'm coming over to Mr. Berman's side. Musk, Doge, or the funding freezes, right? These funding cuts. Look at that. That takes the cake. 24%. That is the top answer amongst those who oppose Donald Trump's actions in office, saying it is the worst thing that he has done so far. It's Musk, it's Doge, it's those funding cuts. The people are mad, and if last night is an example, that town hall, they ain't going to take it anymore.
Okay, this is among those who oppose Trump's actions in office. Is there a difference, sort of, across party lines?
Yeah, okay, so let's zoom in on Elon Musk, right? We're going to zoom in on Elon Musk, Doge, and the access, of course, they have to the data. This is from our poll. The most significant Trump action this term so far. Look at this. Democrats are more angry about this than Republicans are happy about it. Look at this. Democrats, 18% say that the Musk, Doge, access to data is the most significant action so far for Trump this term. Bring it over to this side of the screen. Look at this. Just 9% of Republicans say that Musk, Doge, and the access to data is the most significant Trump action so far. So Elon Musk is becoming this rallying point for anger. This rallying point for anger on the left, and he's not really doing much for the right, who are going, yeah, we like what's going on, but it's not close to the most significant thing he's doing so far. For them, they're much more likely to say something like immigration.
You know, people who run elections always look for what they call an animating issue, an issue that gets voters excited or focused. For Democrats, maybe this is it. It's early days. We'll have to keep watching it. What has this done for Elon Musk?
Yeah, what has this done for Elon Musk? Is Elon Musk bringing his numbers up, or are they falling down? Take a look here. This gives you an idea of how angry the folks are at Elon Musk. Look at this. Elon Musk's net favorable rating. We've been tracking this. This is Quinnipiac University. Back in December of 2024, he was underwater, but just underwater by 5 points. Look at where he is now in February 2025. The American people are turning against Elon Musk. His net favorable rating way down there, past now minus 10 points, minus 12 points. The bottom line is this. The voters are angry with Elon Musk. They're angry with the cuts to the federal government. You saw it in the town hall last night, and they're taking it out against Elon Musk in the polls as well, where his numbers are falling, Mr. Berman.
We'll have to see how this affects Elon Musk when he's up for re-election.
That might be one of the reasons they're angry with him.
All right. Harriet, great to see you. Thank you very much. Kate?
Also, month in, the average is 15 points higher than where Trump is right now. Nobody has ever started off a presidential term this poorly in the eyes of the American people. I mean, all presidents are above water at this point in their presidencies, right out of the gate. Trump's the only one. Trump was underwater with the American public from day one, and since then, he's been sinking like a cinder block in an ocean trench. I did not know to expect that. You know, to be fair, part of the reason I'd expected that Gallup number might go up and not down is because Gallup's not the only game in town. There were other national, well-regarded quality polls that came out right at the start of Trump's term that did show him in positive territory. Not big positive territory, but still positive. Like, for example, the Quinnipiac poll, which came out in late January, right after Trump was sworn in, it showed Trump doing okay. I mean, not great, but in that poll, he was above water. He was +3. But now, though, again, 1 month in, that same poll, Quinnipiac, oh, it's flipped. He has gone from +3 in his first week in office to -4 now. That is a quick turnaround for a poll that initially looked okay for him less than a month ago, it looked okay for him. Now it looks terrible for him. Why is that? Well, it's because Trump's been doing stuff. And what the data shows is that almost every single thing he has done is soundly and clearly, and in some cases, wildly unpopular with the American people. Again, just look at that Quinnipiac poll that shows Trump underwater right now. More Americans disapproving of him than approving of him, right? He was +3 right after he got sworn in. Now he's -4. You can see in the internals of that poll a little bit about what's driving that. Do you approve of Trump's handling of foreign policy? No. Do you approve of Trump's handling of trade? No. Do you approve of Trump's handling of the federal workforce? No. Do you approve of Trump's handling of the Russia-Ukraine conflict? No. Do you approve of Trump's handling of the Israel-Hamas conflict? No, 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 no. Do you approve of Trump's handling of the economy? No. No, the American public does not approve of his handling of the economy. And stick a pin in that one, because that one's interesting for a number of reasons, and we will come back to that. But you take a look at the broad areas of responsibility a U.S. president has. And on all these broad points, the American public just says, no, Donald Trump, we do not like the way you are handling any of these issues. And then when you drill down, not just to, you drill down from the broad categories of things to instead the stuff he wants you to focus on, the very specific things he's done, his signature specific issues and his signature gambits thus far since he's been in office, the stuff that he thinks makes him look great. Well, those things are even worse than the broad categories. On those things, the stuff he's doing is catastrophically unpopular. I mean, look at this. This is from the same poll. Do you like Donald Trump's genius idea for Gaza? By a 40-point margin, the American people are against Trump on that. How about DEI, which they've tried to turn into a slur? Do you think policies focused on increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace are a good thing? The American people say, yes, actually. Yes, actually, we do think that's a good thing. By a 15-point margin, Americans are for that. How about tariffs? Donald Trump's favorite thing, right? Do you think Donald Trump's tariffs will help the U.S. economy or hurt it? By an 11-point margin, the American people say his tariffs will hurt the American economy, not help. How about Vladimir Putin? All right, this is one of the most important things that Trump has done since being back in office. You know, Trump's sitting there in the Oval Office telling reporters, yes, I trust Vladimir Putin, as he throws out 70-plus years of our post-World War II alliances and decides that now we're going to be allied against Europe and with Russia, all because he trusts Putin so much. Well, Quinnipiac polled on that specifically. Quote, do you think the United States should trust Russian President Vladimir Putin or not? 81% of the American public says not. Not. But Trump does. The same national polling shows the American public do not approve of Elon Musk. Individually, Elon Musk's approval is -12. But everybody else in his government is underwater. The American public has apparently seen enough already to be against, to be disapproving more than approving of not just Elon Musk by a mile, but Trump as well. And also J.D. Vance is underwater, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the brainworm podcast guy who's now U.S. Health Secretary, and Tulsi Gabbard, who really is the Director of National Intelligence, believe it or not, and Kash Patel, who was confirmed today as FBI Director. All of them are underwater in the new polling. The American public does not like any of them. Not a single one of them is above water. Nobody who they polled on is above water in the Trump administration. And it's not just Quinnipiac. Look at the polling on Elon Musk in the new CNN poll that's out today. By a 2-to-1 margin, Elon Musk having this prominent role in the administration is seen by the American people as a bad thing. 2-to-1 against his prominent role in the administration. In the new Washington Post poll, which we're going to talk about in a second, they've got an Elon Musk question as well. Are you concerned about Elon Musk in his government role gaining access to your personal data and information? The American people say, yes, yes, we are concerned about that, by a 29-point margin. Elon Musk being somehow empowered to shut down federal government programs, is that a good thing or a bad thing? By a 2-to-1 margin, the American people think that is a bad thing. In today's CNN poll, overall, Donald Trump is underwater by 5 points. In the new poll from Pew Research, Donald Trump is underwater by 4 points. In the new poll from Reuters, Donald Trump is underwater by 7 points. In the new poll from the Washington Post and Ipsos that's out today, they've got Trump underwater by 8 points. All of this absolutely historically unprecedented. No president has ever come out of the gate with numbers like this ever before. And it is across the board. But, you know, on that Washington Post one, look at this. Look deeper into that. They've got him -8. Look, the proportion of Americans who are strongly for him is 27%. The proportion of Americans who are strongly against him is 37%. So, yes, your perception, your anecdotal perception is correct. He does have a small, fervent base of support. But the base of fervent opposition to him is much larger. Like 10 points larger. The same poll also asked, do you want the next Congress, the Congress that's going to be elected next year in the midterms, do you want that Congress to be controlled by the Democrats to act as a check on Trump, or do you want it to be controlled by the Republicans to support?
So around lunchtime today, you saw Trump and Elon get attacked by this brand new data. You see the protests continuing. You see it being made clear that both for Trump and in relation to other presidents, things are going badly. Because, again, the data's bad for Elon. His whole approach is not popular. Trump is, well, again, he's been more unpopular than he is now. And he started his second presidency more popular, or I guess less unpopular than he's ever been. The reality is he was already starting from a low point in relation to other presidents. Biden, remember, people forget this, but Biden was quite popular for like the first 6 months plus of his presidency. He was very popular compared to Trump. And what's most devastating for Trump and Elon is that even when Trump lost last time, his numbers on the economy were always decent. Whether he deserved it or not, and I think not, Trump had good numbers on the economy even when he was historically unpopular. People largely hated Trump for everything else. And so for his economic numbers to be tanking this early, this could lead to Trump being not just the most unpopular president ever, but the most unpopular leader in world history.